Following video is sponsored by Dreame. So I've just found the new champion for 2025 when it comes to mopping performance out of robots, vacuum cleaners that can mop, that I've tested, and it's from Dreame. It is called the Aqua10 Ultra Roller Complete, and it has some amazing mopping performance thanks to its Aqua Roll style roller. So this has constant fresh water. It's got dual tanks, so one is fresh, clean water, the other is the wastewater. So it's constantly clean as it goes along and applies pressure and cleans your floors. Now in my test, as you'll see, it can clean things like stubborn coffee in one simple pass that no others can do or have this kind of efficiency when it comes to mopping performance. It has roller mop extending tech, so the roller can get in close to the sides of walls, around furniture and under beds, so it can clean and mop as close as possible. And a detangling side extender brush too. The same concept, to get as close as possible and give the best clean as it goes around. On the vacuuming side of things, it is still equally impressive. We have 30,000 PA of performance, Astrovision NVIDIA-powered obstacle avoidance that can detect 240 plus objects and move around those. And then a world's first, which is the Auto Seal Roller Guard. Now what this does is put a protective plastic between the roller and your precious carpet, so you know that there's going to be no damp roller touching them at all. And our all-in-one power dock, so this is where it goes back, empties the internal dustbin into a removable, disposable dustbin that has a 100-day capacity, so that's very convenient, hassle-free. And then the thermal hub is where it goes in and cleans the Aqua Roll. Now the Aqua Roll is cleaned at 100 degrees Celsius, and that removes oil, grease, of course it's going to be killing bacteria, and it will dry it at 70 degrees Celsius. The dustbin is also dried too, to remove any bacteria there and ensure that you're going to get no odors. It also has a dual dispensing solution for the floor cleaner and a special separate pet odor solution. Included with the Aqua10 Roller Complete, we do get our user guide, quick start guide, 3 additional filters, they're washable, an additional set of rollers, another roller for the Aqua Roll, power cable, cleaning tool, cleaning brush, 2 of the detangling side reach brushes, pet odor solution ×2, floor cleaning solution, and then 4 additional dustbin bags. So you get 1 already installed. And remember, they last for up to 100 days. So we're covered for a long time here with what is included. So first thing you notice that when you look at it, hang on, where's the LiDAR tower? And that's because this does pop up. So it's there at the top and we've got buttons on it, which is the home and power button. And this is using LiDAR. It's VersaLift navigation, they do call this Dreame. And then at the front here, we have our stereo edge obstacle avoidance. So it's using 3D structured light, and it can detect 240 plus household objects and navigate around those. Now this Aqua Roll system, as I mentioned in the intro there, it constantly has fresh clean water and then wastewater. This is the wastewater tank at the back, charging connectors. And if you need to gain access to the internal dustbin, well, you just lift up here on the back. So you only really need to remove this just to wash and replace those filters that are inside, and removing it, very easy. The lid comes off and the filter is just pulled out for replacement. Looking at the underside, you can see all the tech that is packed in this. It certainly looks a lot different to other robot vacuum cleaners that I've covered because of the Aqua Roller style mop there, but the dual brushes we have. So one is the rubber sweepers and bristles. For maintenance, to gain access to this, very easy, just to lift them out. And these are detangling brushes, so they're not going to get tangled up with here because of the design of them. And we have 30,000 PA. The battery is big in this, so it's 6,400 milliamp hours, which is very large. Carpet sensor right here, and you have the full sensors, so it can detect if there's a drop in stairwell. That's all pretty standard. And then the side brush, this is the detangling side reach brush, and we have the mop extend tech too with our roller. Now it does have Dreame's fluffy roll tech, and it's right here. So this is a counter-rotating roller inside that's going to fluff this up here, the mop, so it is more efficient and better at cleaning and getting into gaps like grout and tiles. There's 14 millimeters of mop lift, which is really good. So it's not going to be touching your carpets. And then we have the whole body. The chassis can lift up 11 millimeters. Then it does have this. You'll notice that the wheel design's a little bit different. There is this little extra wheel here. Now this will come up and it can handle then climbs like small little thresholds, double threshold in fact, of 4 centimeters plus another 4 centimeters. So it can climb up that. And it's Dreame's Pro Leap system. The water tank, so 4 liters for clean and 3.5 for dirty, can be accessed here from the top. You simply just lift those out, full or empty them. Very easy to do. The thermal hub located inside here with its washboard area. So this is where it's going to be washing our Aqua roll mop at 100 degrees. That's going to remove grease, bacteria, all of that. So it's a really good clean, but it won't burn you or your pets because it will be cooled down in the washboard area when it then comes out. So it won't be at that 100 degrees. So for maintenance, you can remove this quite easily. Now the Versa Lift navigation, which is using LiDAR from the top little tower, that has done an excellent job of getting around the house. So first off, you do the quick map. Now, if there are any objects in the way, it has NVIDIA-powered Astrovision. So it's using the stereo vision, 2 cameras at the front. You can see and detect over 240 different objects. And in my testing, it works well because it will see things like a child's toy and avoid it, like a shoe, anything in the way. And that's great if you put this on a schedule, you know that it's going to finish that clean and you don't arrive home to find it stuck on something, which happens a lot with other robot vacuum cleaners, but not this Dreame. Now the mopping with the Aqua roll has been excellent, fantastic, and like I said at the intro, it is the best yet that I've seen when it comes to mopping performance because it can clean in a single pass where others simply cannot. So it's constantly getting fresh water sprayed onto the mop, so it is clean, it's not spreading around dirt, and removing that dirt water, that goes straight into a separate tank. Now with my test here, it's what I always do, so it is a couple of scoops of coffee mixed with dirt, put down onto my white tiles here, and I let it just dry. So this is a very stubborn stain. And you can see that the Dreame Aqua10 Ultra Roller Complete is doing a fantastic job. First pass, basically getting 99%, but I always give in my tests the vacuums 2 passes for both mopping and vacuuming. On the second pass, it got everything. This, of course, is sped up footage at around 300%, so we don't have to wait and sit through that, but you can see it does a great job of cleaning. Now, it looks like there's a couple of specks left. That is, in fact, just some chips in my tiles, which, of course, it's impossible for it to clean that, but fantastic mopping performance. Then when it comes to the carpet cleaning test here, I know that while the mop is still attached, it is not going to be touching the carpet at all. I mean, it has mop lift of 14 millimeters, but it has the auto seal roller guard. So that puts that guard down underneath the roller, so none of that dampness, because I didn't let it dry, it needs about 4 hours to dry it, is not going to touch that carpet at all. Now with my carpet test, I got my 2 cats, Snow and Vera, to thankfully donate some of their cat fur, just giving them a brush. And that was put down with some cornflakes, some dust, some dirt, and long hair from the lovely ladies that live in my house. But that's one of the big problems here, is we get a lot of long hair in the house. So how did it fare? So we do have the 30,000 PA suction performance. And I give it the 2 passes. Again, this is sped up footage. You can see as it goes back and forth, zigzagging, doing an excellent job considering this is super unrealistic. What kind of carpets would have this mess with all the fur, the hair, the dirt, and the cornflakes? It's unrealistic, yes, but the results are great. So I always give the 2 passes, as mentioned with the mopping test, and you can see that it got everything but this one piece of cornflake. And that was because it was just simply flicked out of the way. So a little bit of bad luck there, but I will still show that it wasn't 100% perfect, but it did a fantastic job, the vacuuming performance, thanks to that 30,000 PA. Now, looking at those dual rollers we've got, so the rubber sweeper one and then the bristles and rubber sweeper combination, there are no hairs stuck in this. So it didn't get all stuck up. The detangling brush worked. The tangling side extender brush also didn't have any hair trapped in it. So fantastic. So the Aqua Roll mopping performance, absolutely fantastic. The 30,000 PA Vormax suction performance, really good. Carpets, and especially that mopping performance, impressive. The thermal hub, where it's going to be cleaning it at 100 degrees Celsius, then it will dry it at 70 degrees, and then you get the 100-day capacity with the dustbin. Overall, it is a fantastic machine. So Dreame is going to have an incredible offer for Black Friday. So do check the link in the description of this video for that deal there, and any discount codes and further information will be there. So thank you so much for watching this sponsored video of the Dreame Aqua10 Ultra Roller Complete.